Let's see here. Got that. Good there. Oh, that's what I forgot. Hello. Let's see here. Where was that? Hello, cat. Feel free to shoot any questions you guys got. Let's see. I was looking for Warzone. There it is. Fire away your questions. Where is my notebook? There it is. Also, if you guys have any game pack requests, edits to game packs, things like that, you know, I can pass those notes along. Hey, DKGE. We had a request in the stream yesterday, actually, for Warzone. Someone was requesting to have the shop mods, these ones right here, the activator be secondary only. So I passed that along to the devs, and they're looking into it. Anti-recoil mods don't work. What game pack are you using? Let's see, is my controller hooked up here? We can do some testing. It is reset this. Anything good for Battlefield 2042? Let's look. I don't know if we do have a Battlefield. Yeah, we have Battlefield 2042 32-bit game pack right here. Always recommended to go with the game packs. Yeah. We got the 32-bit mouse and keyboard, the Pro Pack, and the 32-bit Community Pack. Nice monitor. Okay, controller. Let's get this connected, right? Yeah, I don't play a lot of 2042, but I'm sure that the game pack works great. All right, controller in. Reset this. Yes, that's fine. What's the difference between game pack and the base? So the base one is the Pro Pack. Those are developed by Collective Minds, whereas the other two are developed by the community team. anything that says Pro next to it is developed by Collective Minds. This controller is not liking my Zen for some reason. Let's try a different port. They're all good. I mean, the Pro packs are good. The community packs are good. It's really different, different styles of programming. So you got to kind of find which one you like best. The new update's not working well on Target 2. Oh, Destiny 2. What's not working well about it? Grab a different controller. Is it recoil's not working good? Is it aim assist? What's giving you the trouble? Let's see if this one works better. Oh, I gotta reset this. Oh, that would be why. Kat, what do you think's not working well for you? Advanced actions doesn't work anymore, and what can you use for just using turbo on any button? Is that all you want to do, is just have turbo on a specific button? You don't want any other mods or anything like that? If that's the case, you can run a simple script to do that. If it's just a single button or a specific button, but the mapper, the combos, those plugins should work for you too. Go. Wrong controller. Xbox One, good. Thanks. Just trying to help some people out. I know we get a lot of tickets. We get a lot of questions on how to get this to work or that to work. So thought we'd jump on here and try to answer some of those. So fire any questions you guys got. Make sure I got all my different controllers here. Forgot to turn that off on the Xbox. Any other questions out there? This is on, this is on, we're good there. Let that reset. Check Discord. All right. Rogue Company's not updated for a year and doesn't even work. The rapid burst fires not working. Melee turbo not working. There's no always sprint option. Strafe shot both directions not working. All right. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Rogue Company. And I just dropped my controller. All right, there we go. Device monitor is working. We're good there. Okay, so Rogue Company. I can pass along the note, and I'll make it right now to see if and when that will be updated. But let's see if anything works on there. Rogue Company, 32-bit, Season 5, I'm guessing that's the one you're using. Let's see. We can also go over here, look up Rogue Company, 32-bit. We'll say regular. Okay. It's Season 5 game pack and it's a year old one now. Okay. So, fire mods, rapid fire. Okay, so let's make sure rapid fire is on. Do we have this here? Game control. So usually with rapid fire, things like that, you have to have it's usually a gun that's a semi-auto gun. Like they usually don't enable rapid fire on guns that are fully auto. So if your rapid fire is on, you have to usually have a gun selected that's a rapid fire eligible gun. So we'll turn anti-recoil on. Oops, not inverted. We'll enable it. Primary weapon, we'll call it rapid fire. What's a gun in Rogue Company that would be a gun you would use with rapid fire? automatic weapon switch. And fire mod is rapid fire. Perfect. I don't know the guns all that well at all, honestly, for Rogue Company. But we can test it now. Your rapid fires on mouse and keyboard, secondary semi-automatic pistols. It's a secondary gun apart from Spitfire. So Spitfire, with Spitfire, okay, pistol, Spitfire. Okay, perfect. So we got the Spitfire pistol as our secondary, rapid fire profile as main. Let me save this. I keep making new pro packs for Apex instead of just updating the same one. I don't know. I can't answer that. Pro packs are developed by Collective Minds, so they kind of just release them however they like. Device monitor. Okay, so Rogue Company is on. Rapid fire profile is enabled right now. And as you can see, it's jumping. Let me see. Hold on. We're going to make a audible here. There we go. Oh, that doesn't even work all that well. Device monitor. Does that pop up? It does not. Okay. Let's do... It's trying to, it just doesn't like it. How can I blow this up bigger? Let's do add a scene. Sorry. Display capture, window capture. Let's see if this works. Beta. Device monitor. Done. Oops. That's not showing up, is it? Which is better to use, Strike Pack or Zen? It depends on your needs, right? If you have a base controller, if you use a regular stock controller, which is what the Strike Pack's attached to, maybe Strike Pack's more up your alley. You are paying for game packs when you use Strike Pack, which is fine. I mean, they're quality game packs, but if you want to use controllers that aren't, the stock controller for the system, if you want to use crossover functions, you know, like using an Xbox controller on your PlayStation, that kind of thing, that's more up the alley of the Zen. No, apart from Spitfire. Spitfire is automatic, so PK12. Okay, I'll reset that. I was trying to get this, but it's not working. Why? It won't accept that window. Device monitor. Let's see if I close it and it re-pop it open. No, it just goes crazy. Okay. Well, maybe I'll switch the screen on it here. Close this. Get rid of this. Delete. Let me go back over to programmer. We'll switch that gun to the PK12. What is that? PK12? P12K. P12K. Rapid fire and P12K pistol. Save that up again. You've updated to the new beta, but when you go into Zen Studio, you can't get the programmer to work. It just disconnects. You've done the reset and on the CronusZen Studio. You mean just this programmer tab won't open for you? How do you use auto pin? What is auto pin? Oh, auto ping. Or you're gonna get banned. In terms of, you know, bans, it's not something that you can really go into too much. I mean, there's always risk, right, when you're using a Zen or any device for that matter. I would just always say use the most updated game pack. You can't really see it that well on my screen right now, but there's a little check mark in the top left corner of these game packs. If it has that check mark, that means that it's been tested and for at least 24 hours with no issues. So I'd always recommend using those most up-to-date game packs. You have both with Snapped or your Strike Pack paddle. Where would you buy a new paddle or a new Strike Pack? A new Strike Pack, you could get them on the Zen website. You can get them from Collective Minds. I think a lot of retailers have them. If it's just the paddle, I'm not sure, to be honest. Okay. So let's go back into Rogue Company. So rapid fire is rapidly firing. Spitfire is as well. So, oh, it's still on Spitfire. Did that not save? Hold on. Let me change that back out. It didn't save for whatever reason. Or I didn't save it, one of the two. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Good. Play. Can use new paddle. Yeah, I don't know if your best shot's probably Collective Minds. Check their website and all of that stuff. That's probably your best bet for if you're just looking for the paddle alone. Okay, let's see if this switched out now. Go to Rogue Company. Why does it still say Spitfire? Let's go. Let's see. Does this have the same? It does. So we'll go pistols. P12K. Yeah, as you can see there, it does look like it's rapid fire. Let me do this change really quick. We're just gonna blow up this screen. Can we go full screen here? No, that's why. If we do that, does that make this any bigger? It does not. So I don't know if you can see this very well. It looks like probably not. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Bear with me just a second. Go here. Change this to just this. Maybe that will help. Device monitor doesn't want to be recognized. Awesome. It's the whole screen in a screen thing. Let's try it as its own source. Device monitor, add a source. Try that. New one. Do that. And we'll do device monitor is not there. Okay. So we won't use it as a screen capture. We'll do it as display capture. And no. No. Don't want that. We'll try a game capture. One of these captures got to work. Specific window. Device monitor. No. Yeah, it just will not let me blow up a device monitor no matter what I do. Well, as far as Rogue Company goes, right? Either way, I'm using a controller right now. But it shouldn't matter because it's doing the same thing unless you're using the mouse and keyboard specific game pack. You're using controller? Okay. Yeah, I'm using controller too, and I'm using the controller game pack, so it shouldn't matter either way though. The only thing I could think of is that if there's some kind of a glitch in the mouse and keyboard specific game pack, which I'm not using right now, that could be an issue for you, but I'm holding down the trigger button on the P12K, and this, as you can see, the right trigger value, it's like fluctuating really quickly, and that's your rapid fire. And then if I go to just the rapid fire profile, let me change that. Generic, rapid fire. It should look almost the same. Yeah, it's just kind of changing through the values. That's the randomness. But they both do that, and so they're both rapid fire enabled. Yeah, no problem. There was another part of the game pack that you were curious about though, right? I did write down for an update. I don't know if that shows when this was last updated. Changelog. Game pack. Year 2, Season 5. Yeah, I don't see a date in here. So I'll pass a note on to the devs though to see if when an update might be coming down the pipes for Rogue Company. Using mouse and keyboard and it's not working for you, so will Rogue Company Game Pack mouse and key be updated anytime soon? Let's see. Oh, that's Rust Console. Year 2, Season 5, 32-bit mouse and keyboard. I'll ask them for both, for the base version and mouse and keyboard version. What's not working for you in the base version, Droxy? The device monitor won't show connected. The Wii, I'm guessing you meant Wii devices at all. In the mandatory update, you've gotten Wii U Draw to successfully give you the same main data output through mapping. Now you can't use it. So your Wii controllers aren't connecting. What console do you play on? Do you play on the Wii or you play on something else? Hey, Keo. You'd love to be able to find out how to implement program switching via any button. Meaning, program switching meaning switching your game packs or something else? What program are you trying to switch? Go, where are we going? Choose your system. The rapid fire, burst fire, and strafe shot mods are not working. Also can be added turbo melee and always sprint in the next update for Rogue Company. Yep, I will pass that along. For both game packs, for mouse and key and the base, or do you use a specific one that we need to look more into in terms of those mods not working? This Wii is... Never used the Wii. Remote USB sensor bar. Looks like they're Bluetooth only. That's probably a given almost. So we got Rogue Company down there. Rapid burst and strafe shot. Now remember, for the rapid and burst fire, they got to be on guns that would allow those, right? So if you got a full auto gun and you put on rapid fire, it's not going to do anything. Or at least it shouldn't, because it's kind of wasted on that. So it's set by weapon if that weapon can accept rapid fire or not. You've been trying to use the perfect shot script for NBA 2K23. When attempting to set it up, you can't seem to find any consistency. Any tips on this or any updated script? So 2K23. Do 2K23 perfect shot. Let's see. Let's go through this and make sure you set the game pack up properly, because especially with timing things like that, you really need to have every little detail set up, or else, like you said, it's not going to be consistent at all. Show you how to use the older version of a firmware with an older version of Zen Studio that doesn't automatically not let you use unless the absolute user. So yeah, Frank, you can't really go back unless you have the older versions. That's pretty much on purpose though, because there's a lot of things. It's hard to map every firmware version to a software version of Zen Studio, and not to mention, if you go back too far, controllers may become obsolete that you want to use. Those get updated in firmwares all the time, so really there shouldn't be a reason that you need to use an older firmware version or even an older Zen Studio version. So I think that's where we would start, is why do we need to go backwards? Let's see how to set up this game pack. This game pack is split into color coded. Yeah, we do know that. Default settings. So here's a recommended setting. So you can always download this and upload it into your GCI. So for instance, if we picked NBA, I'll actually download it too. Okay. So if we picked NBA, how do my ABCs go? Generator. Where is it at? Am I just blind? Maybe it's under 2K. No. Oh. I think it's this one now. Basketball. Yeah, perfect shot. Here we go. 32-bit. So you can download this one off of the guide. You can hit import configuration and my downloads, and here's that configuration. Import configuration. Oh, I think the name change. I'll have to make a note for that. I think the name change, just throw that off. Let's see. Been through all the process setups and adjusted the timing. You can have it work okay offline, but when going, so yeah, online, that's a whole nother beast, really, because when you go online, you introduce network latency, right? So that really depends on how good your internet connection is, right? But there's always going to be some sort of network latency. So what I would suggest in that case, if you know you're going to use it online, maybe set it up online. And I know that's kind of harder to do. I think in NBA you have to be playing a game to be able to set it up online, which would get really annoying, I'm sure. But yeah, I would definitely recommend doing your setup online, because at least then you're taking into account that network latency. Yeah, because that when you go online, that's what you introduce, and with a timing based mod like that, I think that's probably where your issue's coming in. You would like a script for Destiny 2 that works correctly. Well, what's not working on the current script? I think I asked you that earlier, and I didn't hear anything back. So let's start with that. Let's go away from you want one that works correctly to what's wrong with the current one. You've done that too. That's an online place to take shots. Okay, good. So even in the online, you set it up online and it's still not working too great for you. Yeah. I mean, let me ask you this. Does it work good offline? If you did an offline setup, does it work well then? Thanks, Gio. Just saw your comment. So it does work offline. Yeah, it's got to be the network latency then. I mean, do you have good internet connection? And I know, especially with games as large as 2K, the amount of players online in the server could introduce small amounts of network latency. But the better your connection is, the better chance you have for it working good. Can you help you set up Rainbow Six, or do you know of a good script? Yeah, use the game packs. I'm not a script fan. mostly because, and not that the guys who make scripts don't put in a ton of time, because most of them do. I just know how much work goes into the development of the game packs, so I usually stick to game packs unless it's for a game that doesn't have a game pack. Then you can go with a script. But I would just take the Rainbow Six game pack and go with that. What do you need help with it? With setting it up? What part, or have you even tried yet? Also, siege, extraction. Which one are you focused on there? Are you gonna get a Vild Expert game pack? I will ask. I haven't even heard of that game. Let's see. Put my notes for that. Noted. I will find out. Could you help you fix gyro on Nintendo Switch? It never works. Well, what? I mean, are you using a game pack with it, or you're just what do we having troubles with it, Jester? New game coming out for the on the 18th. Okay, yeah, I'll find out. The latest YouTube video you saw, the person said that there would be more things added to an updated script, which hasn't been done. For 2K, I assume is what you're talking about. Give me a list of things that some features that you would like to see added, and I'll get with them about it. Yeah, absolutely. You have a script and you tried the game pack on the Zen, but you didn't understand it. You still have the same recoil. I mean, like I said, I would go with. So, do you play Extraction or Siege, or both? I would definitely try these game packs here, rather than playing on scripts. Give them a shot. Because the issue with scripts, the biggest one that I've seen at least, is if the script creator doesn't update them regularly, especially when we went to the 32-bit configuration, it definitely wouldn't work as good as the 32 bits. It's just you have so much more space to create when we went to the 32 bits. So definitely go with a 32-bit game pack. But we can go over a basic setup if you use Siege or Extraction. Just a quick one. You got the latest firmware on the Zen and got the latest Zen Studio. You got your packs downloaded on the Zen and it works great. The problem is on the fly, say press L2 plus menu. It does not work. Yeah, so try to hold that. Don't just press. I know it does say press. Hold L2 and then a hold menu. It's not just a quick press. See if that works for you. You play Siege? Okay. So we're going to grab the Siege game pack over here. So basically this is where you would set your... I really wish this would come up bigger for you guys. I'll have to figure out a way for the next stream to blow this up more, but I will try to have that. But basically this is where you'll do your initial setup. So you'll go in here, you'll set your sensitivity, whatever you play in game, your dead zones. What I do to set up dead zones, it doesn't load. yeah, give that a try. Yeah, absolutely. So dead zones. So I usually put dead zones at 0, and then go into your game, and you want this to be set to your, whatever your in-game settings. You want your in-game settings to match what you have here. That's very important. But as far as dead zones go, you want to take your dead zones and put them all the way to the lowest they can go, both here and in game, and you keep adjusting them up to a higher number until you have no stick drift. So your cursor is not moving at all, your crosshair, right? And whatever number that is, sometimes it might be 5 or 0 or whatever the case may be. You want it on the lowest possible number. So that's kind of how you set your dead zones. Block in-game rumble. This is up to you if you like to feel the rumble on your controller or not. You do want vibration enabled in-game. This is where you can disable it for your specific controller through the Zen. And then your operator. I don't play a whole lot of Rainbow Six, so I'm guessing these all have different powers or mods or whatever that they use. But so you'll go through that. Then we'll go over to Rainbow Six Siege over here. Here's Siege, 32-bit. In-game settings, like we just said, you can set all of these. So these settings that we're going to look at here are settings that are on your Zen menu. So that holding left trigger and then holding menu to bring it up, or whatever button it is for your controller. That's when you would see these on your Zen, right? Abilities, yes, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. So you'll set these need to match your game, right? If you play inverted, make sure all of that works. Turn your anti-recoil on, right? So let's anti-recoil. Did this freeze on me? It did freeze on me. Oh, there it goes. Anti-recoil, okay. Oh, now we're in Scorn somehow. Siege, anti-recoil. Oh wow, there's something up with the link on that page. Let's see. Anti-recoil, Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, there we go. So basically you just want to turn it on, right? So there's different levels of anti-recoil. So you micro anti-recoils have higher thresholds of adjustability, so it does less to your gun, so it leaves more up to you as the player to adjust, whereas the highs, the game takes more of it. And then there's custom, or you could just enable it, right? You just have it on, let the game do all of the anti-recoil work for you. And then you have your profiles, right? So you select your operator, and then this is kind of where a lot of people kind of lose it, is these two, your primary and your secondary weapon. If you don't have those set correctly, then the gun that you're trying to use anti-recoil on is not going to work. So you have to make sure that your profiles are set up to the guns that you want to use. The other big thing is something I see really too often, and it's super simple, but people always see it happening when they're using anti-recoil, and they say, well, my anti-recoil doesn't work at all, right? Or this mod doesn't work at all. And what it is it's a connection issue. So over here, if this console port, so this is on the back of your Zen, this is the plug that you have in when you update your firmware, for example. This also needs to be connected to either your PC or your console for the controls to work, for the mods to pass through to your gaming. So always make sure that's plugged into either your PC or your console. But yeah, you want to make sure your profiles are set correctly. That's kind of the other biggest thing, is if it's trying to, you know, SPAS 15, it's trying to use that anti-recoil pattern for a C75, it's just not going to work, right? So you definitely be sure you have those set up correctly. You got a couple questions regarding the latest update. You couldn't get it to work, and it doesn't recognize the input through A1 port. It directly connects PS5 controller to your PS5. So if your PS5 controller is connecting to your PS5 still, you want to go into your PlayStation settings and change your connection method for your controller to USB. And that should be in the PS5 guide. Choose your system. PlayStation 5. We'll just stay with local remote play. No, we don't want the B-loader stuff. It says it's somewhere in here. I've looked at it a million times. Excuse me. Include, that's the bundle information, remote play limitations. It's got to say, I know it said it somewhere in there, but you basically you want to change your connection method of your controller to USB so it, that the Bluetooth function won't still activate on your PlayStation. You don't want anything specifically, just something that can help you with consistency of taking jump shots in all play modes. Currently, that's an issue with or without the Zen. Okay, yeah, it definitely with the Zen, you know, you get some of those benefits, you know, like anti-recoil and things like that. Maybe there's a jump shot mod that would possibly help you out. Is it possible to use regular keyboard and mouse inputs but use the game packs? In your case, you're trying to use keyboard and mouse on Halo Infinite like normal, not keyboard and mouse inputs, but use mods like Fast Melee or Rapid Fire. Gio, if I understand what you're saying, yeah, you would just connect your keyboard and mouse. Let's see, we'll say we're still on, we'll say Xbox, right? So over here, if you go to keyboard and mouse, it gives you a list, but it should, oh, there it is, mouse keyboard. That's where it was in the guide. So basically, you connect your mouse and keyboard to these two ports right here, your A2, A3 ports, and your controller into A1 over here. So your controller will go here, A2 and A3 will be your mouse and keyboard. And what that's going to do is it's going to take the inputs from your mouse and keyboard and export them to your console as a controller. So that's how you would still get to use those same mods. But this mouse and keyboard guide right here will, you know, it'll walk you through that whole process and tell you, you know, they even have the switcher here if you play on PC, which is incredibly helpful. You do have it connected. Okay. So it's still not, it's still, so when you push the PlayStation button, it turns your PlayStation 5 on. Is that what's happening? What did you say about the recoil and profile? So basically, you want, let's see, I can't set it up in here, so I'll go back over to the game pack. You want your recoil recoil control mod turned on, so you want to set it to enable, and then you want to make sure your profiles match your weapons that you want to use in game. So go back to Siege, recoil control. I don't know why this specific page takes so long to load. It's crazy. So anti-recoil. So you'll see these will be options, you know, on your Zen OLED when you hold your left trigger and hold your menu button. It'll bring up the options menu, and this is where you set up your weapon profiles. Excuse me. So you'll take, you know, profile 1 and you'll change it to be whatever gun you want to use, right? You want to use the M590A1, right? You make sure that's selected, and then as your secondary, you select whatever your secondary is going to be. And then once those profiles are saved, it'll show up on your Zen what weapon you're supposed to be using at that time. And then that's what anti-recoil profile is going to be enabled. So if you're using, we'll just take these as an example. If you're using this 6P41 weapon profile, right? This is what it says you're supposed to be using on your Zen. But in your hand in the game, you have this LFP586 gun, then it's not going to apply the correct weapon profile, so the anti-recoil is not going to work for you. So you want to make sure that those match. Your game, the gun you have in your hands in the game, and what the Zen says on the OLED should match. Your issues, your share button is your touch pad. Any help? Your share button is your touchpad. I mean, they're different buttons on your controller, though, right? Or what do we mean by that? Because your share button doesn't really do anything in terms of the Zen. Maybe some game packs have something that it would. But for the most part, you know, like it says here, it's that menu options button. That's the one you use to get into your Zen menu. You hold your left trigger and then either menu or options. Where does your PS4 controller go on the Cronus? Because you have it on the front left port. Are you using your PS4 controller to play with? If so, you want to, if it's the controller you're using to play with in game, you want it in this A1 port. It sometimes works in, you know, A3 or A2. Those are usually for your crossovers, but A1's generally for your primary controller. So you want to try to put it in this port here. When you plug in the controller in the CronusZen, they switched. So what game pack are you using? Let's look at that. Let's see if it gives you button customization. And we'll kind of take it from there. You have it connected, and that's the one you play with. Yeah, go for A1. Try to plug in that A1 port. Apex Royale. Okay. I think Apex does have that, actually. Apex Royale. So what you want to do, so this button layout, you want to make sure that it doesn't say the wrong buttons here, right? And you also want to make sure that these buttons, your jump is cross or A, you want to make sure that matches what it is in Apex as well. Clip grenade, D-pad down. I don't see it using those though. Stick layout's fine. Yeah, I would check in Apex, see if your buttons are flopped at all. I don't see anywhere here that uses share or touchpad. It could also be a crossover. It's matching perfectly. It could also be a crossover thing. So do you have your controller plugged into A1 here? Or are you using crossover for something? What controller are we using? Is it PS4, PS5? Also, even if I disabled the mod packs, it's still switched. PS5 controller on a PS5 game. And you're plugged into A1. What are you using? B-Loader? Are you using remote play? And then you beta version. Okay. Could be a beta. It could be a glitch with the new version. Let me write that down. PS5 controller. New beta. Share. Touchpad are switched. Yeah, let me look into that. It could be something with the beta. I know they did a lot of controller enhancements for PS5. I do also know that you need to make sure that your Zen Studio has the new beta, but you're also running the PS5 specific firmware for the new beta. So make sure you have that specific firmware installed as well. Go ahead and close this out. All right. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we've been at this for an hour already. Any other questions before we jump off here? You're using the new beta firmware? Okay, good. Can you use the PS4 controller without having it connected through the USB cord? Depends on your controller. So if we go over to, we'll just go to the guide. We'll say, just pick a random system because it doesn't matter. We want PlayStation 4 supported controllers. So this list here will tell you what controllers you can use and how you can use them, right? So a DualShock with the the CT2 version, Those all have Bluetooth or USB. But then you can go to the specific controller that you use. Hopefully it's on this list. If it's a SCUF, like the SCUF Vantage, for example, can be used with USB but not wirelessly, right? So you just want to go in here and look up your controller, and it'll tell you which one can be used wirelessly. Anything else? You connect the controller where you told me to in A1 and it doesn't move or anything, only on the Cronus. Do you have this console USB port, console PC port connected to your console or PC? I would make sure that's connected. And again, what specific controller are you using? Can you use Fortnite Game Pack on PS5 with the new firmware? I don't know that we even have a Fortnite Game Pack. But you can use any Game Pack on the PS5 with the new firmware. It worked. Okay, awesome. Yeah, the new firmware is awesome. Lets you connect directly to the PS5. No more middleman stuff. But it is in beta, so there's going to be potential bugs. Just got to make sure you guys report them. What else do we got? Before we cut the stream off for today. And I got a bunch of notes to take back and see if we can get some stuff for. Yeah, Jose, it's awesome. You are very welcome. Any other questions? You just pressed the home button on the PS4 and it worked. There you go. Gotta love it when it just works. Just ordered one, should be here Saturday. Awesome. Well, congrats on that. Can you remap the share button and touchpad for now, just for a quick fix? Not with a game pack, no. There's mapping abilities in like these plugins, like the Max Mapper. You can map share to touchpad or however you wanted to do it, but that takes the place of your script, so or your game pack slot rather, so you wouldn't be able to do it with the game pack installed. Could you check on the script for Destiny 2? Cats, I've asked you every time you've asked me that now, what's wrong with the script, and you've yet to respond to that. So I need to know what's wrong with it before I can check on it. What's like something you must have on SU you don't get detected, or something like very important? I think where you're going with that is basically you just want to make sure you're using the latest game pack. So you can't really see it on my screen too well right now, but in this top left hand corner here, there's a little green check mark. Just make sure you're using one with the check mark, because those have been tested for at least 24 hours with no issues. So I would just make sure you're using the most up-to-date game packs. All right, last call. What do we got? All right, I'm not seeing anything. So I probably won't be able to have another one of these streams tomorrow. I was planning on trying to do them every other day, so check back with me. Well, actually, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, I won't be able to do it tomorrow. Let's shoot for Friday. I will be out here again Friday, so if you guys get any more questions, we'll be back on Friday. All right? So have a great one, everyone, and we'll talk later.